What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so I want to talk about Kevin Durant for a second. All right. Now, of course, Kevin Durant has been in the news recently. Kevin Durant has been complaining about a lot of shit. All right. He stalked the brothers Ticket TV's Instagram, harassing him, calling him a LeBron fan, which, I mean, that's like calling me a Trump supporter. Don't know what the fuck KD talking about with that one. And now he's complaining about his ranking from ESPN, where he's ranked 8th. And then he referenced a rap lyric where he's easily top 5, right? And this is my thing. This is why I gather from it, amongst a lot of other things. I believe that KD is still in competition, heavy competition with LeBron James. I really believe that. I think that's been the case for since 2010. When LeBron James left the Cleveland Cavaliers to go play with Miami, at the time KD was one of the first ones saying, "Hey, what happened to competing against one another? What happened to, more or less winning a championship with your own squad, winning it the hard way? Winning it with maybe another star, but a team built around you where that's your team, not joining together and colluding and going to another franchise." But ultimately, KD wasn't able to do that. He went to the finals in 2012. People have to remember there was 3 future MVPs on the team with him, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden, but still they failed to win against a super team in Miami at his peak of his powers. And then the pressure for KD to win increased. Then LeBron went up 2-0 in championship rings. 2-0. And then in 2016, LeBron went up 3-0 in championship rings. So that's the added aspect of this that we sometimes forget. We talk about how KD, just 6 weeks after being eliminated by the Warriors, joined them via free agency. And a lot of us is like, when he did it, like, okay, yeah, that is his right to do it. But man, I mean, you joined the team that beat you the very next season? But it was also pressure for him to catch LeBron, because LeBron had just won an improbable 3rd ring. I believe there's always been this competition between him and LeBron James. Even if sometimes they seem to be on friendly terms, it's that competition. And yes, KD had some ill will toward Steph Curry and definitely Draymond Green and his tenure there. And yes, he seed that the Warriors faithful did not embrace him the same way that they obviously would embrace Steph Curry. Steph Curry was a hometown hero. But it also burned KD. And I also believe it burned his hair follicles as the baldness became more pronounced at this time. But it burned him that he did not get the same praise, the same adulation from the mainstream media that LeBron did. It burned him. And then it irked him that he got all of this pressure by the media to go somewhere else. Those championships don't matter. They matter, but hey, you need to go somewhere else and prove you can do it as the leader. Even though LeBron James failed to do so as the leader in Cleveland the first 7 or 8 years of his career. So he goes to Brooklyn. After initially we thought he might go to the Knicks or the Wizards, but he goes to Brooklyn and it doesn't work out. Meanwhile, LeBron James, albeit in a bubble, wins another championship. And ever since then, KD has been on a warpath with the media. On a warpath. Going out and you know, I think he just went completely fucking rogue. Like he just goes after everybody. Content creators, anonymous fans, 14-year-old fans, little old ladies. You know, this motherfucker is a psycho. Damn near borderline. After he'd been out on his burner account. So it makes perfect sense that with this latest ESPN list, where he is listed 8th, but LeBron 6th, that he says, no, I'm top 5, right ahead of LeBron James. So I always believe that there's still this thing with him and LeBron. You know? LeBron, I think it irks him that LeBron is 37, 38 years old. And for all intents and purposes, he's not washed up, but his best days are gone. And KD is supposedly at the peak of his powers, but it bothers him that LeBron is still being perceived as the better player. It bothers him that KD has never really been seen. If you can make the argument, has KD ever really been seen as the best player in the NBA throughout his career? I mean, because initially in the earlier years of his career, it was Kobe Bryant. Then you can argue maybe LeBron for a couple of years, maybe. You could argue, Steph Curry some years, maybe LeBron again, Kawhi Leonard for a stretch. Now it's Giannis. Maybe Nikola Jokic. Maybe it's going to be Luka in the future. But KD has never been the fucking guy, and it burns him. It burns him. No matter how much he want to fucking not admit it, it burns him that he is not on that level.